Hello and welcome to Scrapping on Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with my sketchy recipe extravaganza from Scrap a Sketch with the festive recipes. And I am doing recipe 14, which is our very last recipe for the month. And so I hope that you all have joined in and will continue through the end of January. All of these sketches are created by Lisa Sikorsky, and it is one picture. So I have this one picture of my tree, and here is the festive sketch recipe. You're supposed to pick 5 items or more on here and add them to your layout and then upload those to the Scrap a Sketch website, and you can be entered into a drawing. And I am using my Hip Kit Club Ho 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 collection. I have the ephemera pack, I have the chipboard frames, I have the clear stickers, and I have the puffy alphas, and as well I have the papers. So this is what the just general kit comes with. And then I have a solid black cardstock that I'm going to use to go with all of this. And then I have my little Creative Memory square punch over there to make life easier. And here are my Christmas flair. Now, the red and green little envelopes are my advent calendar for the holiday flair. The blue and orange are from the color flair, so those may or may not cooperate with a Christmas layout, but that's okay. I've got plenty of others. So with my recipe, my papers, my ephemera, my picture, and of course my sketch. So let's see how this goes. So first things first, I wanted to pick at least one of the papers that I liked and would use the front and the back. That way I'm not cutting into multiple pages. And I was hoping, because I wanted one of the recipe items I wanted to use was 4 patterned papers, and I accomplished that. That's exactly how many I used. I used 2 of these sheets of paper. I used them to punch out my squares, as well as this green strip here will be cut down to be my back layer on where the picture is going to be matted, and then this red layer will be the second, and then I'm going to flip it back over and do the green layer for the photo mat. So I was able to use just 2 pages, and I didn't use them all. There's still quite a bit of the Christmas tree in pink paper, and you can see right there, there's not a ton left of this green and red, but there is still enough for me to do some things, mat a picture or add a layer or something like that. So that makes me happy. I love to use my stash, but I don't want to use it, to the point where it's all gone and it doesn't need to be. Now, my squares are a different size than the ones that are on her sketch. The biggest square punch is 1.5 that I have, and so originally I thought I could do 6, and then I realized that I needed that 7th square, because if I didn't have the 7th square, then there was this huge gap in between them, which you can see right here. I'm working on figuring out how to do 3 for the bottom 6 inches of the page and 3 for the top, and it's just this huge gap that I don't like at all. So I end up cutting a 7th square for each of the lines, and that way I feel like it is pretty much the kind of idea that she's got going on in the sketch. Plus it feels better, and it's better on my eyes. I just think that looks better. So I have 3 different patterns on these squares. The pink and the trees are back, each, are on either side of each other. And then that red, which the big picture of the red looks kind of like a poinsettia. And then this green right here is also like a poinsettia, except it's like reverse. So it was kind of cool. So I needed one more square from that paper, and I didn't want to cut into the other paper, so I just cut into this because I knew it was going to be covered up. See, I'm all about doing that kind of thing, you all, because I don't like wasting. That's why I gut my papers most of the time. Typically I don't do it with solid cardstock unless it's like a paper that I don't have a lot of that color or something, but typically pattern papers I definitely gut. There's no point in wasting. So this is going to be the mat for my 4x6 picture, And like I said, it is a picture of the tree at my house or my apartment. So this year is my first year to be on my own. My husband and I are getting divorced, and so I'm in an apartment now. And well, I'm not on my own. My son lives here, but he wasn't necessarily all that interested in having a tree. And I put it up like a week or two ago, but just the tree itself, because my plan was to put the tree up. My dog's never been exposed to a Christmas tree because he was in the basement. He was always in our like first floor, and we had our Christmas tree on the second floor, and so he's never been around the tree. So I put it up just the tree to see how he would do. It's just a fake little 6-foot tree, I think. And so I thought I'd see how that goes. And then when he didn't knock that over or mess with it, I decided I would put ornaments on it. But I just kept everything. Things have been crazy. My best friend had surgery last week, and I was helping take care of her, and so. Anyway, finally, Christmas Eve came around, and it was a really sad sight. So I moved the tree to be like right in front of the couch and the TV, and I took this package of unbreakable ornaments that my mom bought me and decorated the tree all by myself and wrapped his presents and put them all in that big bag you see in the right there. It says no peeking on it, and then his stocking is sticking out of it. I had it all together like that because I had to hide it from the dog, because oddly enough, my son's stocking has a sandwich in it. Don't judge me. It's what he asked for. I'll explain in another video, I'm sure, because I've got pictures. Anyway, but my daughter's stuff was going to my sister's house because that's where I was going to have Christmas with her. So it was like a really sad sight to me. But so I put my camera down towards the floor and tilted it up to take this picture, and it didn't seem so lonely. I'm so used to taking pictures of my tree and having all these presents around it, because it's presents for me, for my husband, for my son, and for my daughter, even for our dog. And a lot of times we would put the family presents there until we took them wherever we were going, like to my mom and dad's and all that stuff. But this year I bought presents for my son. He's 13. He can't buy presents for me. So, that's all that was under the tree was the stuff I bought him. And we buy our kids 4 presents. One thing you wear, one thing you read, one thing you want, one thing you need. And so it's kind of sad looking. But he was very happy and got lots of things that he really liked. And he had a good Christmas. And the sandwich in his dang stocking. Oh my gosh, you all. I'm not kidding. I'm going to have to do a video layout so y'all can understand. But anyway, back to my layouts. I decided to use the Merry Christmas from the ephemera collection, and there was some presents stacked on top of each other. I really wanted to incorporate that, but I love this layout the way that it is without adding too much extra. So I went ahead and tucked it underneath the floral that I have put over on the left side, which is another one of the recipe items is florals. So check that off, and check off the fact that we use 4 pattern papers. I am now looking at my Flare Hut Flare and looking to find some that work. And as soon as I pulled it up here, I found the perfect one. It's pink. It almost is exact the same color as my Hip Kit Club, and it's ornaments, which, that's what's hanging on my tree. And then the other one is very similar colors. It doesn't have the pink in it, but it has the greens and the reds that match what I'm using. So that is number 3. Some of the ephemera I'm using, as well as the tag I hang down here below the bottom flare. That is a metallic, and that's one of the ingredient lists. And the 5th one is enamel dots, which I am adding as well. So all of that makes me happy. I normally do more than the 5, but I really loved the way this layout looked, and I almost forgot my flare and stuff again. I now that it's sitting right next to me, I don't do it as often, but sometimes, because my dog was giving me grief and I was thinking I needed to go check on what he was doing, I stood up to show you all the close-ups and went, oh, my flare. Y'all. I'm just grateful. Today has been a scrappy day, and I've been able to sit and enjoy getting caught up on some of the 30 Days of Sketches from back in October, watching them and listening to them, not doing them. I finished all those back in October, but I've been catching up on the videos, which makes me happy. So Here is the sketch again. Like I said, it's Lisa Sikorsky with Scrap a Sketch. If you all are not already on there, if you are on Facebook, you should definitely check it out. She has amazing sketches. So here are the things that I have on mine. I have the florals. I have the flare, the enamel dots. I really have a tag and metallics because that little metallic thing underneath the flare is metallic and a tag. And then I have the 4 patterned papers. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this. I am sorry that this is over, but I hope that you all will go to the Facebook group, and any of these recipes, if you add your 5 items and then upload it to that sketch as in the comments of the sketch that you're creating with those 5 things on there, then you will be entered for a drawing. So I hope you'll go do that. If you have any questions, let me know, and I hope you'll have a fantastic day. And I'll see you soon, and happy scrapping.